Hello and welcome. Happy Boxing Day to everybody else. You can see my face. Hope you all had a merry Christmas. So let's put that in the chat. There's the Discord link for the Discord for everything Doctor Who and Lego related, as well as other things, whichever you want to post. Right, but we have one reason and one reason only why we are here. Hello, Cubby! Hope you had a nice Christmas, mate. Right, I've got to get the scissors out for this one because it's a mighty big set. Yeah, all is well. My stomach's still suffering a little bit from having two Christmas dinners at 2 days in a row. Yesterday and Christmas Eve, but apart from that I've got some nibbles. Yeah. As it goes, seeing as you're the first one here. Shout out Cubby. Ooh. There we go. If you'd all consider following Cubby C7, most of the time he plays World of Warships. I'm not sure what he's playing at the moment. I haven't been able to get pass by and have a watch of what he's doing lately. But I'm falling behind with my World of Warships Christmas missions, so I've got to do some of that later. But yes, as you can see, we have Soundwave, the Decepticon. So this was my Christmas present to myself. I managed to get it on eBay for 120 instead of 160, so that's 25% off. So yeah, it says 1,505 pieces. So yeah, let's remember how we get into it. So let's get the scissors. Ooh, whoops. We've got sellotape over each side, so let's score it. Don't want to damage the box too much because it's a unique box. Oh, so there we go. That's still got a bit of my whiskey coffee left. Oh, cheers and Merry Christmas to you all. Right, we've got two here. I thought I'd change the angle for the camera as well, so there was more room for you to be able to either see me or see what was being built, because this is going to be quite a tall set. It's like it says on here, 33 centimeters, 13 inches tall, so over a foot. So, oh, whoops. So seeing as my phone is a bit further away, I'm hoping you can still hear me okay. So, is that all? Yep, that's all of them done. Cool, thank you. So, let's lift this. There we go. Oh right, it comes off. I thought it was a hinged lid. Right, so. Yeah, as I put in my Discord a bit earlier, I'm going to do this in 2 stages today. So we're going to go from 2 till 5, and then I'm going to have a couple of hours break for some dinner, and then I'll come back between 7 and 10. Oh wow, what have we got here? Get the tray out, ready? The tray. So we've got 11 bags so far. I think there's more than that, but that's That's the highest number I've seen. 2, 3. But yeah, if I don't get it done in those 2-3 hour slots, I will be coming back tomorrow to finish it off. Whether it takes 1 or 2 slots tomorrow. So that's 9. 5, 1, 7, 8, 12. There we go, it's 12. So 12. Any increases on 12? So, a minute, a minute, whoops. The sticker sheet's a bit... Oh, that's not a good start. The corner of the sticker sheet's a bit cringled. Oh well, no worries. Is that for the... Yeah, I think that's for the cassette thing that goes on his chest. Wow. Look at that. How chunky is that? That's like a catalogue sort of thickness of a book. Wow. How many steps have we got? Blimey, the parts list takes up 3 pages. And then the bits in. Okay. That's the so it takes 3 sort of pill-shaped batteries. So how many? Okay. The numbering system's a bit weird. And then so that's 4, right. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping that box because it's got the frame around the edge. Right, let's put that out of the way. God, that's chunk. So 12 bags in total, I think. So let's line them all up in the box. So that's 1. We've got 1. Yeah, there's 2. 3. Right, let's try and line them up in number order. 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Oh, whoops. So, there's all the extra bags. Right. So, you have to be careful of the spine of this booklet because it's so big. Be careful with the pages. There we go, we've got some pictures and some. I'd like to have the money to be able to get Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, but I don't think so. I'm just happy to have this one, really. Right. Preparing for your building mission. Lego Soundwave. There we go. Oh, we've got a different coloured Lego tool. We've got a turquoise one instead of an orange one. So Bag one, let's go. Oh, that bag almost ripped almost perfectly. Hello kitty cat! Meow meow friend. Oh, we've got a little mini bag. We haven't missed much, just started. Going to be going most of the day with a 2-hour break in between. So let's just check. No little bits stuck in the edge, no. Right. In this little bag. How was your Christmas? Imagine it's quite, it's quite early for you. Oh, lots of little pieces. I think I'm going to have to pull my chair up a bit. Scooch right up. Move the instructions further out. And then have the tray in front of me so you can see what I'm doing. It was busy, oh I can imagine. Right. You get a shout out. You get a shout out. There we go. Consider following Asian Kitty Cat 85. She mostly plays Dead by Daylight, as far as I'm aware. Sometimes plays Fortnite. I've been in a couple of games of Fortnite with her. There we go, there's the different coloured Lego tool. Usually you get an orange one, so that's nice to get a different coloured one. I have to keep that. 40 Fortnite, I try, yeah. We'll give it our best, but it's just for, you know, it's just for giggles. Alright, we've got some nice printed pieces. Oh, we've got the little printed piece with the Decepticon symbol on. How close can I get it? Oh. There we go, got a Decepticon symbol, it's like the little cassette. That will be Ravage, and we shall see a little cassette that's transformable later when it's come to that part of the build. Right, let's start. So start simply with 2 1x1s. And then 5x1 blue, dark blue. Put that on the top of there. And then a little sort of 2/3 stud, because it's not quite the same height as a normal 1 stud. There we go. Struggling to find, right, there we go. So some yellow. Two little 1x3s. And they sit in the middle with some of these sort of connector bricks with holes either side. So they go on top of the yellow across the middle. Another one. And another one. And where's these grey bits? There we go. So they go on the either side. There he is. Right. And then that forms the basis to stick some panels on, which what have we got? 2x3 plates, so they go on the front like that, and then another one on the other side, and then a 1x3 with studs in the middle. So then something will be sitting on that later. Okay, yeah, another layer. Right, so got a little 3x3 flat plate. So we do put the tile, the 2x3 tile on one end, and the same but 1x3. And then we fit that across the middle. Then another 2x3 across the top. And then some little tiny flat 1x1s to finish off the side. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Right. Hello, Captain Sandals. Lovely to see you, mate. Yeah, Merry Christmas. I hope you had a nice one yesterday. Yeah, I got myself the Decepticon Soundwave for my Christmas present to myself. Yep. I've got to take care of my sick son, but oh, okay. I hope he's alright. No worries. You pop back if you can. If you can't, no worries. Thank you for popping in, for saying hi. Ah, this is the little mini build. So turn it round. Ah, okay. So you've got both of them. Little mini representations of the cassettes. Both Ravage and Laserbeak. So you can basically swap them out. So this is like, yeah, I didn't realise this is like a little mini representation of Soundwave in micro scale. So next page. Ah, right. This is, we're starting one of the little cassettes. We're starting Laserbeak. Right, so that 1x5 black, and then a 2x1 with a grabby bit on the end. So and then side. And then we've got 2x1s with double grabbers on. So we do one either side. There's the other one. So that on the end. Where is it? Hashtag unintentional ASMR. Where is this bit? Ah, there it is. Look. Got the sort of like arced bit, so we put that across the back. Oh, hang on, no, on top. First mistake of the build. Right, so we've got these pieces, so they're 4x1s, but they've only got studs either end, and they've got tile in the middle. So 2 of those. Across the middle. And okay. We've got these sort of like little circular dome pieces that are 2x2s underneath. So one of them on there. Ooh. And then we kind of got some mini techno pieces, Technic pieces with holes in. So that goes next to the one stud. And then that goes underneath on the side, like that. And then we do the same on the other side. So I hope everybody got something nice for Christmas, something that they either needed or wanted. It's always nice to get gifts from people. I'll show you later some of the 2 Lego related gifts that I got from my friends. Posted them both on my Discord, and like I said, the link for my Discord's at the top of the chat, so you can see all of pictures and videos, because it's got YouTube links. So yeah, next page. Oh yes, and whilst I'm here, I'll type that in as well. There we go, there's my YouTube channel link, so if you miss any of the live streams on Twitch, you can go and a few hours later I always post the videos of the streams that I've done on Twitch onto YouTube, so you don't necessarily have to miss out. You can watch them at your own leisure according to your own schedule. Don't necessarily have to be here, don't have to be here at all. But it would be nice to say hello. Right, so, okay. goes underneath there. So they'll hold on to something in a minute. Another one on the other side. Right, and then what's this bit? A few more Technic-like pieces. Got these little rounded edges, 2x1s with holes. So 2 dark grey ones of those, a black one underneath, and then this is a new one. So we've got the 2x1 rounded edge, but it's flat tile on the top. Usually you just get the square ones, rectangular ones rather, with the squared off edges. Right, so that goes on the top like that, and then oh, hang on, what's going on here? Second mistake of the build. So what's that piece? That's unusual. That's another specially made bit. It's got 2 little poles in between, separating the middle. I misunderstood the instructions. Right, so yeah, you put this in the middle instead of the normal 2. Sorted. So that connects into there like clips, and now right, so dark grey, and then some bright red pieces. And the 2x1 black underneath. Another truncated edge in bright red, and another one of them. A 1x1 tile on the end, and then we have the printed piece. I don't know if it's coming up. Looks like a bit of silver. So that sits slightly over the edge and on that bit there. Ooh. And then we do the opposite side. Right, so piece. Right, and then they sit like that on the top. So you've still got movement. These for the wings, I imagine. Yep, like the wing hinges. You push that up. Yes, so now we do the wing pieces. Excuse me. I'm going to sip on my coffee. Right. So you've got these 2x1s with the hinge on the end, the hinge bracket. So then we've got this like truncated corner. That goes like that, yeah. And that on there. And that like that, yeah. And turn it over. Right. That was, yep. So that one goes clips into there where the double grabber was, and then you've got, there we go. So we do the same the other side. Turn that over again like that. Click. Right, so that will clip onto the other side then like that. That forms, there we go, the hinged parts of the wings. And then some light grey corners. See that, we've got these little one stud tiles, but we've got it printed with the little tiny, teeny tiny Decepticon logo. That is so cool. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can, yeah. That is really, really cool. So that goes that way. Now we turn it over. Put that on the bottom. Then okay, a minute. I forgot a bit. Right, there like that. So that then can pivot. There we go. So that's where the transforming bit comes in. Cool. Right. And then we do the opposite version. Obviously another little, you get a Decepticon logo on either side of the wings. So that one, so teeny tiny. And yep. Turn it over. So we got the hinge points, and then they come in and sit like that. So there's the cassette. So that's Laserbeak. What I've got to do now, yeah, is put his head on, I think. So yeah, right, turn it over. Okay. So that goes on that corner like that. And on there. And that one on that. Ooh, have I done it wrong? Yeah, I was about to. So it goes in that way. And then there we go. Turn it over again, and now we do the little head. So get the little grabber, put one of them under there, little curved piece. Oh, it's already got the print. So it's got a little tiny print of a little bird's eyes and beak. I don't know if you can see that. You might be able to. But that's a nice little detail. So you put that on the top of there. And then we got, yeah, so the beak proper. Goes, okay, that's pretty cool. So you snap it on there, and it goes back in like that for the cassette, but then, as I imagine the instructions will show, it will show you how to transform it. So, yes, you take out the head, that's kind, yeah, there you go, there's the legs. That's quite, yeah, that's quite clever, I didn't realise. So there we go, that's Laserbeak. That's the first cassette transformer. That's pretty cool. And that's only a tiny small part of the build. And then basically you flip those back up like that to the sides. Put his wings back in, and then you flip his head back over and into, there you go, and he's back to a cassette. Genius. Alright, so we put him to one side. That's Laser Big done. So these would be for his weapons that go on the top. So got that. We got that there like that. It's a weird shape. Oh, excuse me. Right, so that there. Another grabber, but it's 2 by 1. Then we got these like sloping grill plates in silver. Very snazzy. So they go on the front there. So I think he's got two weapons, one either side. Ooh. That goes on the back there, hangs down. And then those on the top. Right. Wait a minute. So we put that on the side, sloping down. And then this looks like, yeah, we've got a telescope piece, and then a lightsaber hilt. So they go connect to each other, and then that clips into the side. So that's the turret for the gun. There we go. Then we put one of them, oh whoops, on the back, put that back on there, and then we've got like these little flower pots, like buckets, with crosshatch on the end. So that clicks onto the end like that, so it's not just a turret gun, it's the rocket booster on the... Okay. So once that's done, we put that on the top. And then we've got one of these little double-ended plugs. So that, we turn it over, that goes in the middle, underneath. Let's retransform him. So I can put so he's in battle mode. Yeah, that's really cool. Right. Arch his head down. So that goes on that side. So the peg goes into the top of the cassette. Sits like that on his back. Yeah, it's a bit wobbly. Right, and then the same for the other side, the second rocket pack. Right. is. There we go on the end. Turn it over, put the peg in. Ooh, oops. Let's put that on there. Right, I think that's that one done. Yeah. Right, and then we put that on this other side of him. There we go. So he's in battle mode with his booster rockets and his guns. And then when you transform it back to cassette mode, you take them off and you can put the cassette in the front chest piece of Soundwave. Yeah, that's cool. Right, let's put him to the side. And we've got a few spare. We've even got, how generous of Lego, we've got the spare little Decepticon logo 1x1 tile plate. So we're on to bag 2, and this will be for the other little cassette for Ravage. So bag 2. With another little mini bag. Get some of them out of there. Hello Mac Build Bricks, happy Boxing Day to you too mate, thank you for coming by, welcome in. I've seen that name elsewhere, I'm not sure which channels I've seen you in before, but you're very welcome. Just finished the first little mini build, the first cassette, so laser beak. And we're just about to start the second cassette, which is Ravage. We've got the pieces out. You've also got the little mini build to represent Soundwave in micro form, with little tiles to represent the cassettes. So yeah, bag 2. In the top 10 of 2025 for sure. Yeah, this is why I was so glad when I found it for 25% off. Should have been 160. I found it on eBay for 120. So I had some money left over, and I thought I didn't have that much I'd have to add to it. So I thought, what the hell, I'm going to do it. So, we got another one of these little funny rounded edge. It's almost like a Technic piece, but it's got the rods going through with a gap. I think the other set that's in the top 10 of 2025 is the Lego Game Boy, which I've also got. I think that's one of the other top sets of 2025. There's so many good ones, to be honest. I don't know which would be the number one. So yeah, we put that on the top of there, and then we take that and put it there, and then we put that one on the top. Right, okie doke. Yep, I agree. Later. Oh, but yeah, the Black Pearl, that's another very good one. I if only I had the money. I wouldn't mind getting a ship, and that would probably be the one that I'd get if I were to. Right, so we put, oh, we've got another one of those. So we put that one on the top, and another one. Okay, so another one on top of there, like that, and then there we go. So then okay, no, there it is. It's all these little black bits. I was getting confused then. Couldn't see the wood for the trees. Alright, so we put that on the top. Now I'll do one for you as well. There we go. Because I'm pretty sure you're a streamer as well. You do Lego. So Mac builds. Mac builds bricks. There we go. You can have a shout out. Right, so put that to one side for a minute. No worries. Yeah, I think I found you from. Yeah. I think that's probably there. I've met a lot of people through Zab. Thankfully, I've met Lego with Fonzie, Debbie CSM. What's his name? Zach. Is it Zach M. Rutledge? Oh, where's this piece then? There we go. Right, so we've got that. And then so that goes on there. And then got one of these little bits that come off to the side with a stud. Sits on top there. We've got so where's this piece? So is that a one stud? Yeah? Don't look like it on the instructions. I don't want to get this wrong. Yeah, I think so. Must be. Right. Bit sidetracked there. Oh no, that's the wrong direction. That way. Then we got one stud with a hole through the middle. So like a Technic piece, and then that sits on the top like that, yeah. similar at the other end with another hole there. Oh, whoops. Oh. There we go, that's on properly. So, and then, so how does that, so that clips on like that, I presume. There we go, that was satisfying. So do we get movement? Yeah, we get a bit of movement. That's very tight. Like a tiger. Hello Stephen, mate. Happy Boxing Day. Hope you had a lovely Christmas yesterday. I'm doing well. Still a little bit tired and sort of frazzled from yesterday, but I'm good. Yeah, I did. I went round my friend's mum's and he cooked, and there was giving of presents, and there was lots of whiskey coffees. So, so yeah, that's that finished. Next page. Yeah, nice one. Thank you for coming and stopping by. So yeah, you get one as well. You get a shout out. Oh, if I spell it right, that is. Right. Stephen X. Kal-El. I take it that's a Superman reference, yeah? There we go. If that's spelled right. There we go. Consider following Stephen X. Kal-El. I think he mostly does Dead by Daylight, but I think he does other games as well. It's just when I have watched him the couple of times that I have, he's mostly been playing Dead by Daylight. So we start another piece to go the other side. So like this, but goes the other side. No problems, you sort yourself out for work. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for stopping by. Remember, if you do lurk, just mute the tab rather than the stream. I think that's how it goes. Right, so got another one of them and another one of them. Right. So that goes off to the side. And then, yep. On there. Then that on the top. There we go. So that on there. that's done. And that clips onto the other side. Like that. Yeah. Right, that clips. There we go. So it kind of looks like a little butterfly. Right, and then we put some pegs in. Some of them. So we put one in each, two on each side. Pieces. So you've got that, one with a hole. Ooh. Right, and then got one of them 1x2s, but with the grabber off the end rather than coming off that side. So that goes on the top. And you do that twice. So, oh, hang on. So how do they go on? They go hang on. So we hold it like that and then we put them on like that, yeah? Oh, whoops. Faces that way. I've seen you pop in a few times, so I had to show some love back too. Thank you very much. If I'm, do you know what I mean? If I see you on and I'm not already watching somebody, you know what I mean? I'll come and watch. If I've got the time, I'll come and say hi. You know what I mean? And lurk. So I'm not usually very talkative in Twitch. I'll say hi and then I'll just sit there and lurk and watch. Sometimes a bit more, might be a bit more sociable, and I'll chat and chat. Right, so similar but not quite. Right, so we take another one of those, a one brick with a hole. Top. Oh, oops. Right, so we do another one of those. Always comes in twos. Ooh. Sometimes even more. Right, another one of them. Are you excited for the new season of Doctor Who? Going to be interesting. I don't know. Is there details of it online? Because I haven't really heard much. I mean, I haven't been close to Christmas. I haven't really been watching Doctor Who videos that much. But there's a few people that like talk about rumours and stuff. Just a new actress playing the Doctor. Are you talking about Billy Piper though, or are they spoken about the regeneration beyond what Billy Piper's doing? I'll have to have a look on the internet. Have they announced the actress's name and a photo? Because I'd be interested to see what. I mean, it's not technically important what she looks like, but Right, so that goes on like that. Just be interesting to see who it is, if it's somebody we know or if it's a complete unknown. Like when they brought in Matt Smith, he hadn't really done that much. Right, so I imagine those are the legs and arms. Yes, right, there we go. So take one of those with a hinge point on either side, with a one stud in the middle. And then a one by one flat tile. So 2 of them. Yeah, I'll have to have a look on the internet later and find out some details. Because I haven't even watched The War Between the Land and the Sea yet. Right, so 2 more, but with some extra bits on. And then we put there we go, connect the grabber. So we do another little one of them. Definitely interested to find out who it is. And I wonder how that relates to what's happening with Billie Piper, because I don't know if we've, if there's any details about what's happening with her. Whether she's doing like a one-off episode or a, like David Tennant did with the 3 specials, 360th anniversary specials. So how do these go on then? So they go on like that, yeah? They go on there. And then these go on here. And then we've got these little extra end bits, so do another one of those. So I imagine that's okay. Right, so they go on there. So I imagine that's his back legs. Right. And then this is his head. Right, one of them. One of them. Ooh, and then we've got his little head printed piece with the little red glow, well, kind of glowing eyes. If you can see that those bits on the side with little gold lines. So that goes on the front. Oh no, whoops, did it wrong. There we go, like that. And then we've got another one of the little Decepticon logos that goes on the top of his head. Obviously facing forward. So there we go. And then that sits right, so that clips on there and sits there like that. Then we have a little clippy toggle, so I imagine that's his tail. Little stubby tail. And then silver studs. Yes. So got two little one studs, like the studs you get in the Lego games. Another two on top of each other. Then you've got the more little cassette reel printed pieces. So we sit those on top of the little one studs. And then they go there, in the middle, in between the arms and legs. Right. So the idea is you bend these down to the side, and that forms his body and legs. That's cool. Yeah, look. So now he's a Black Panther. Oh, whoops. Shame that doesn't allow him to get his head to go down. Right, okay. But you can change the angle of the posability. So yeah, look. There we go. But now we've got to do his weapons. But yeah, he's pretty cool as well. Right, there we go. So, I think I remember these from old 80s Lego sets. So we put one of them on the top. And then, that's another lightsaber hilt. So we put that on the top. Then one on the side. Silver stood on the other side, on the front bit of the side, and then, okay, so what they've done is they've taken a head, but they've done it just blank and silver, and you're using that as part of the rocket pod, so repurposing a piece. So put stood on the bottom of the head. And then we've got these little end cones. So it sits on the head like a fez. Yeah, kind of looks like a Lego head with a fez on it. Right, so that goes on the front like that. And we turn it upside down. Oh no, on its side. Yeah, we put it on its side. So we put that there. Ow, 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 ow. That was clever. Right, so we put this little corner piece, and we a little thing. And then how does that fit on there then? Okay, so that clips into the side of his tail. So that looks cool. Look at that, that's cool. Alright, and we do another one for this other side, as always. And we put that on there. Is it sideways? Oh, put it wrong. There we go. Ooh. And oh yeah, I forgot the little. There we go. So that's the other side, and then that clips in there onto the other side of the tail. Look at that. That's pretty cool as well. Look at that. That's Ravage. So now we're an hour and 20 minutes in, and we've only done the 2 cassettes. So we've got a Laserbeak and we've got a Ravage. So I'll take off the weapons and I'll show you them again as cassette tapes. There we go. Take his rocket packs off. And then let's figure out, put the tail and the head back on itself. Oh yeah, I know. We have to pivot the body and the legs. Right, okay, yeah. So let's follow what it's telling me to do. Right, there we go. That's oh. This is a bit fiddly. So yeah, there's the looks a bit different I mean, there we go, there's both of them side by side as the cassettes. I think this one looks better in cassette form, but I think this one looks better as the transformer. This is a bit fiddly. Still pretty good. Right, so that's the two. So that's bag 2 finished, and then we have the 2 mini transformers, and we start on bag 3. So bag 3. Of course, we have a little mini bag. All of them out there. Ooh, there's some unusual pieces I don't think I've seen before. They'll be for some pivot points. They're unique. Hello, Foxy Kirby! Merry Crimbo and Boxing Day. Helps not to spell the lad's name. You don't have to shout them out. I did it up further up when they came in. Yeah, happy Crimbo. Hope you had a lovely day yesterday. Hope your son got some new Legos. Right, so we're on bag 3. But we're just about to come up to the halfway point. You already done it. Yeah, no worries. It's all good. But yeah, if anybody else comes in, you can do the honours for any other shout outs that need doing. Right, so we're halfway through pretty much. Take another slurp of my whiskey coffee. And I'm going to take a quick smoke break, if that's okay. I shall be 5 minutes. I'm going to pop out of the room. Oh, because I've got to go out in the back garden to have a cigarette. But yeah, I won't be too long. Don't want to keep you waiting. Speak amongst yourselves. I'll be back shortly. drink refill for later. Oh, how's the build coming? Been watching TV with the kiddo and not paying attention. No worries. We've got the first two little cassettes that go into the chest piece, the cassette player. Done their little rocket and booster packs, and we're on bag 3 now. So now we're on to the main, starting to build Soundwave, the robot. The big robot. Right, so we take 2x4 plate and another 2x4 plate, and we put that on front there with a space of 1. How many bags? 12. So, like I said in Discord, I've been going for an hour and a half, so I'm going to go until 5 PM GMT. I'm going to have a couple of hours break for some dinner, and then I'm going to come back at 7 PM GMT and go until 10 PM. So I'm going to do quite a late one for me, just so as we can get the bulk of it done. And then if we haven't finished by then, I'll do some more tomorrow. Get it done, because it's Christmas. I've got to get it done. I want to see what it looks like. I want to press that button on the sound brick so we can get some sound effects. But yeah, 12 bags. 1,500 pieces. And it's over a foot tall when it stands. So, right, so that goes... Right, there we go. Little circular piece. Oh, hang on. That's supposed to go there. My son's newest Space Technic has 10 bags. I think that's the most we've encountered in our Lego journey. So 10. If I've got 12 bags and you've got 10, that might be about, I'd say about between 1,000 and 1,200 pieces. I wonder what that set is. You'll have to post us some pictures. Little yellow 1 studs, so we put them either side of there. Then, yeah, 10 bags. I wonder what that is. Are you going to enlighten us? Oh, I've done it wrong. That's my 3rd mistake. Keeping a mental note. Oh, there it is. Right, so that goes on the top. Right. Okay. Next page. Put that to one side. We build a little bit of internals. Don't drop it. No. Right. So we got these 3x1 with Technic holes in. So I imagine like sort of a lot of the internals and mechanical parts are going to be Technic pieces to, so you can move and pose the arms and legs. Right. And we've got to put black double plugs either side. On both ends. There we go. And the other side. Ooh. Some funny shaped Technic pieces. So they, and then we got this bright blue peg with a whole piece on the end. So that sits in there, and then that goes on the side, and then another one on the other side. So that in there again. Space Technic. Space Technic. Would that be the? I don't know. Would that be the Perseverance lander, the Mars lander? If it's Lego Technic, yeah, that could be the Perseverance. So that sits on the top of there, flush. That would look cool. Because I don't think you've got the Artemis rocket with the takeoff and the platform, but I don't think that's Technic. Unless there's, I think, yeah, that sounds Space Technic. That sounds like the Mars Perseverance lander. Right. So got these little hollow panels that go at the front. There's the other one. And then 4x1 with holes on the front. Weird little circular edge. It's like a one stud, but then it's got one at the hole at the front. So we do a whole row of those along the front. I'm just glad that I pulled my laptop over. That's why you can see it in view of the camera. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to swivel my head and my neck too much to be able to look round and see the chat. Seeing as I've got the camera further out on the other end of the table, I can't see the chat on my phone, so I have to rely on the laptop. Right, so that bit goes on the front like that, and then I've got a 4x4 flat tile, very smooth. That goes on the back, and then we've got, what's that? That's a 1x10, yeah. Right, and that sits on the there we go, that's nicely clicked in. Right, so we've got 2x3 flat tile, so they click onto the front. And then 2x2 stud, they click on there. And now we're getting into some Technic pieces for moving parts. Right. So okay, I've got these crosshatch pieces with the hole through the middle. So, and then these little tiny red crosshatches. So one of them in there. crosshatch, but then this time on the other side, is that the right length? Yep. Put the long one in the other side. So, according to this, so it goes in the bright blue hole. Yep. So it goes in like that, and then this one connects to the other side. Right, there we go. We've got a little bit of movement there. Yeah. Okie doke. Right, so 5 by 1. They connect there. Give the frame a little bit of stability. Little one stud brick. And same the other side. Right. So little corner pieces and a silver stud, and that faces out on the corner. Same the other side. Oh, before I forget and before it starts getting too late, I've got to have some nibbles. I've got to feed myself a little bit. Trying to keep my energy up. Oh, I've got bits in my moustache. Right. And we've got these little 2 by 1 with holes, and is there a space? Yeah, so they sit, there we go, towards the back. Same the other side, right. Okay. So what it's telling us to do is to push these cross hatches back into the in there, and that connects. So that's so it doesn't move. Okay. And then okay. So that on top of that, and then in that corner there, and then that there, yeah. Cool. Right, same on the side. So next page. Oh, it's the first sticker. 10. I hope that's not one of the crinkled ones. Right, number 10. Oh, the play button. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So we've got a flat 4x1 tile. And we've got the sticker that goes straight on. Not perfect, but it's parallel, so it's straight anyway. Right, so we've done that. Stickers are always a pain in the backside. Right, so we put that on there, and then am I going blind again? No, there it is. Hiding in the corner. Right. So right. Make sure we get this right, because otherwise, I think this is the actuator for the. You push this button and the sound effects happen. There we go. So they're facing the right way. Turn it over. Put some little yellow one studs in. Here. Doit. There we go. And then I've got one of these little hold bars. Oh, there. So that'll have like a little grab point. So that goes vertically. Then we put yellow double pins this time. Okay. And then some more Technic 2x1s either side. Right, so that's the panel. So that fits at the front, in like that. Oh, no. Right. So there we go. Like the little panel. It's not supposed to go down like that, but it'll push back against something. This will be, I think this will be where the sound brick goes in the middle here, in this cavity. So it'll push, when you push that, it'll push back onto the smart brick and actuate the sounds. Hopefully. Right. Let's press on. Right, so they sit at the front, either side. So this would be his lower body, yeah, lower sort of torso. And then space there, so that makes it level when the next layer goes on top. Okay. And so they sit on the top there, and either side. Some more 3x3 on the top there and on there. And then with either side of where the play button is. Like that. So there we go, that's the front panel. Right. So I've got these sort of cross hatch on one end and then double clips. So they go all the way through, so you've still got one the other side, and a bright blue whole brick there. So where does that sit? That's it. Have I missed? I think I've missed a couple of bricks here. I've forgotten to build up the back layer there. Silly me. I think that's the fourth mistake. I was going to say there was nothing for this to sit on. So that, there we go. That's better. Sits there, and then turn it round. Oh, we've got some complex mechanical bits here. So that goes in like that, does it? Okay. Apologies, that was my stomach. I don't know if you can hear that rumbling. That goes in like that, so they're parallel. Then a black plug in the middle, and then I think these are purpose built as well. You've got to plug it on the side and then plug on the end. I think these are like, yeah, sort of socket joints. There we go, yeah. So you've got the movement, but it's stiff, so that it's not easily movable. That's satisfying click sound. Hello, Debbie. No, I think it's not come up as a first time chatter. Because I think what was it? A while back, Zab raided on your recommendation. So I think that was the first time you came in. Yeah, it's not come up with a little box around your chat saying you're a first time chatter. Welcome in. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. I saw a bit of your stream earlier, walking on the beach of the lake. Always very chill. Right, so where do these go? So they pop into the Oh, hang on. This is a bit more complex. Oh, hang on. They go. Oh, okay. They don't go in the way that I thought they would. So, right. So they go in like that. Oh, there we go. Click. So we've still got the. There we go. Because that's the. I think that's the leg joints. And then, yeah, you've got that movement as well. So you've got the. So that's so you can change his leg positions, and that's it. So you can transform him. Oh, satisfying. Click, clickety click. So let's not get distracted. Go to the other one. So it's parallel. Put the pin in the middle again, and then click these on the side. Yeah, very satisfying clicking. Could you do a shout out for Debbie, Foxy, if you wouldn't mind? Thank you. She mostly does, Debbie mostly streams walking along the beach of the lake near where she lives every morning. Sometimes she does, I think, guitar and piano. I think she's teaching herself. Oh, hang on, that's not right. Is that gonna... There we go, that's clicked properly. It's now properly lateral or parallel. So, and that one goes in like that. There we go. So that's both the leg joints in, and they're both at the right angle. So next page, we're on bag 4. Bag 4. Oh, this one's a big bag. There we go. And this one's got, oh, don't want to lose it. This one's got 2 mini bags in. Yeah, lots of big bits. Right. Make sure we've got more. Well, I'm starting to get a rhythm going now. I'm getting used to building Lego on a frequent basis, so on a regular basis. But I wouldn't say I'm fast. I'm not that fast. I'm trying to take it as slow as possible because I kind of want to try and get as many videos out of this as possible. So if I can get it done in 3, maybe 4 parts, the 4th part might be a bit shorter. Oh, lots of bits. And then obviously I'll post them on YouTube. But I think with these bigger builds, I think in a few weeks or months down the line, I'm gonna, re-edit the long ones. So like the Millennium Falcon and this build and any other builds in the future that are like, you know, beyond 10 bags. I'm gonna, when I've put the videos on YouTube, I'm gonna put them on as is, but then down the line, re-edit them so that they're in, you know, QuickTime, time-lapse, so that they'll be lots shorter, they'll be more digestible because it's not like 7 hours long. So, a minute, we've still got another little bag. Lovely sound. We'll say hashtag unintentional ASMR. maybe another idea for the future. Maybe just do, I'm not building Lego, but just do a short video where I'm doing shaking of Lego. Might be an idea for the future. Right, onwards. So I've got this, what is it, 4x12 plate, and right, so we put 1x5, and then some great 2x3, another one that side. Oops, another one of them there. There is the sound brick. Has it got the batteries in it? What can I get in it? Oh, that's awesome! Ah, the transforming sound! Oh, I know it, isn't it? Pew pew pew! Oh, there's loads of different sounds. Yeah, Decepticons are awesome. Yeah. That is amazing. I didn't realise there were going to be that many sounds on it. Right. So put that over there just for the moment. Don't want to get distracted. And I don't want to wear the batteries down, because from what I've seen on the side of the box, there's it's like those pill-shaped little batteries, and there's 3 of them. So yeah, I don't want to wear them down too quickly. So 5, right, little triangle bits. So they go along the front. Hey! Thank you for the raid, Captain Jim Sparrow. If I wasn't, hello my boy, yay! Hope you had a lovely Christmas, dude. Let's put you a a minute. Shout out. Come on, slow. Slow laptop. Right, does that work? There we go. I implore you to follow Captain Jim Sparrow. He obsessively collects old retro PS2 and PS3 games. He plays them until he gets all of the, or as many of the trophies as he can get. But yeah. I have had a pretty good Christmas. I mean, yesterday I went round my friend's mum's house and we had a home-cooked Christmas dinner. Christmas Eve was a bit weird. Had Christmas dinner in a pub in the city centre. That was all fine. And then until we left the pub and my friend's housemate had sneakily drank 2 bottles of wine without us really realising, and it was only when we started walking home that he was like wobbling all over the place and nearly getting himself run over and making a fool of himself. So what should have been a 40-minute walk home turned into an hour and a half, possibly 2 hours, because we kept stopping and wondering where he'd wandered off to. But yeah, I mean, it was a little bit hilarious, but not really because of the situation. We just wanted to get home out of the cold. Sit down, let our Christmas dinner digest. But yeah, if I hadn't have been streaming, I would have been coming to watch you, Jim. But I've been planning to do this for days. So, but yeah, thank you very much for the raid. The raidy raid. Lego goes first. Oh well, yeah, it has been lately. Like I say, I'll get up and stretch my legs. Oh, and because I've got the wider camera angle, I can show you my other Christmas presents. So, I've got 2 extra sets for Christmas, not just this one that I bought myself. So, I don't know if, let's have a look. I got this off of my mod and best friend Swampy. So let's have a look, see if it's in proper camera view. So yes, it's kind of fake Lego, but it's Hot Wheels Mattel. So they only do cars, they don't do like other stuff, but and this is almost as big in length as Soundwave the robot's going to be. It says, what was it? It's 27.9 centimetres long. But yeah, he did it again. He surprised me. He said he was going to get me something Lego related, but then when I pulled this out of the bag, I was just like, what? So yeah, I was thinking about getting one of the other ones of these, but the much smaller one, much smaller scale. Yeah, it's a Corvette Grand Sport, mate, from I think the 60s or 70s. So it's but yeah, the other littler one is I think it's the Pontiac or the Chrysler LMP car, like the Le Mans car, but it's only like, the box is only sort of like that big, so it's a lot smaller. I'm surprised my mate bought me this one. So that, I'm going to be building that at some point New Year-ish. And then, my ex and other best friend bought me this. The Japanese maple tree bonsai. And that's quite sizable. That's 474 pieces, and it's, you know, it's sprawling, so it's I'm gonna have to move a little bit of space on my sideboard. But yeah, I love the colour of the leaves on this. You know what I mean? Some of them sort of like change from orange to red. But they're really cool. So yeah, I am pretty much sorted for Lego. I've still got a few other ones. Like I say, I've still got this Ferrari Speed Champions I haven't built yet. I got this a while back and I was supposed to be building it a while ago. But yeah, I will be busy over the next month, mate. Plus, and then you've got January 1st, the new wave of sets. Do you know what I mean? There's the DeLorean Speed Champion. I definitely want that because it's got Doc Brown and Marty McFly, 2 figures in it. So yeah, I will have a busy next month, not just because of the Lego sets I've already still got, but ones I'll be getting. Yeah, the DeLorean set is a must. When they did the collector's set DeLorean, it don't look, there isn't a glass windscreen, it's more of a frame, and it just looks naff. But this one, this Speed Champions one, it hasn't got the gull wing doors because the design can't allow for it, but it's got a see-through plastic, a see-through windscreen. It's also got the conversion kit so that you can change it into Back to the Future 2 with the wheels on the side, and it's flying. So So it's good value for money. Where's this last little triangular bit? God damn it! There we go. Oh no, wrong one. Come on, where is it? Got too many bits covering it. No, I can't find. Ah, is that it? No. Where is it? Oh. Is that it? No. God damn it! No. It's one piece I want. I can't find it. It's underneath everything. Is that it? Yay! I found it. I found it. Right, so let's carry on. So we've got these kind of little sort of railing fence pieces. They go there. There's the other one. And then, all right. Okie doke. So we've got these little corner right angle pieces. We've got one on the end there. On that side. And then two more. And what we do is, there we go, put it the other way. Angle it. So that goes, okie doke. Nearly finished Telltale Batman. It's so good. Yeah, I remember that. That's yeah, that's a really good game. I think I got all the achievements for that. I don't know. Because I think it's all the achievements are like chapter by chapter. I hope you enjoy the conclusion to the story. Six Chivos per episode. Alright. And again, I've lost a bit. Where are you? Where are you hiding? Ah, there you are, on your side. There we go. Right. So, are they clear? Or are they silver? I think they're clear. I don't know. No, I think they're shiny. Get some little one studs and build a stack of 3. Oh, whoops. Nearly lost that halfway across the room. There we go, there's a stack of 3 little mini studs. That goes in there. One on top of another, on top of another. There we go. And that goes in the other side. There. Right, on to the next bit. What's next? We've got some flappy paddles. So, I've got a 2x1 with a crosshatch hole. So, and then we've got a crosshatch and a plug pin in the hole. And then we got one of these 2x1 with a side facing hole Technique piece. So that's the flappy paddle. There we go, flappy paddle. Right, let me do another one of them for the other side. There we go. Another flappy paddle. So where do these go then? One either side. So that goes in there, and then that goes, hang on, do it the other way. There we go. Right. No, still done it wrong. I need to change the pen. There we go, that side. Change that. There we go. So, we've got two little flappy paddles either side. I wonder what they do. Next page. Excited for 2026. I am indeed. Well, the way this year's gone, I'd never, do you know what I mean? I'd never expected the number of Lego sets and the number of streams I've done and the number of new followers and everything else that's happened this year. 2026 can only just get better and better and better. Yeah, it's crazy, yep. So, what have we got here? Right, one brick in the corner. Just to fill that gap up. And then one on that side. And, right. Some little 2x1 plates. So a stack of 3. So where does that go? That goes on the side next to the flappy pedal. And then another one to the other side. So 1, 2, 3, and then that goes this side, and then what have we got here? I've got those little side hole, so one of these little 1 brick but with a side hole, so they all go on the side here. One, 2, 3, and then another 3 on the other side. Oh, whoops. Oh, right, so they're done. And then we put 3x1. So they continue, there we go, so it's almost all blue around the sides. Where's the other one? Where is it? Done it again. It's hiding. There we go. See? Always hiding in amongst the other pieces. Can't see the wood for the trees. So, right, that's that bit done. So, we're on to this bit. So 2x3, then a little circularised 2x1 with holes, and then some little one studs, one there, oh, and two on the middle, okay. Okay, so that one goes that side, and it's different to the one on the other side. So we've got a 2x2 brick, normal system brick, and then a little one stud there to replicate the other side. And then that sits there. So, what have we got now? Ooh, Tommy's telling me to have a munch. Feels later than nearly 4:30 in the afternoon. Right, let's put that out of the way. So, I'm not sponsored, but I do drink a powdered energy drink called Wraith, and this is the mango flavour. You want to go and visit drinkwraith.com. One of the people that comes and watches my streams, Hoovie and Mel, she's got a code where you can get 10% off. Code Hoovian. But it's really nice, especially this flavour, the mango. Oh, cheers. A little boost. Right, let's get on with it. Excuse me. Right, so 2x4 plate. Right, is that a... yeah, it's like a bracket plate. So that goes there. And then another one there. And 6x1 on the back. And then we have hybrid plates, so we have 2 studs and then half plate. Flat title plate, so that goes on like that. And is that, there we go, there's the other one. And then front there. It's a tight squeeze. There we go, we got it in. There we go. Sitting flush. Right, next page. And okay, so we've got these little right angles. We've got circularized 2x1 that goes underneath. And then a little stud on the top. So 2 of those. And then one on there. So that one goes, so that there. So there we go. So that pinches that in place. And then, oh, okay. You got the little hold bar. So that sits on the top there, does it? Yeah. And then we got the wall plate. So that 2 of those facing forward in the back. Like that, yeah. Good. Yep. So one of them and one of them. So that sits okay. So I think it's telling us that the hole has to be flush with that stud. So it sits in the middle, like that, I think. So there's a tiny gap at the front with the front panel. But yeah, it's saying that hole is flush with that stud. Yeah, I'm right, because it's oh, there's a panel underneath showing me. Silly me. Right. So we don't need to do one of them on that side though. So plate, yeah, and then a 2x3 grey and a 1x3 dark blue, and then that goes, so that finishes that side and builds that up, and then another one on the other side. There we go. And then that finishes, clips on there, and that's that side done. Right. Still wondering what the flappy pedals do. Huh. Right. So, what are we doing now? We are building it all around the surround. So we've got more of the wall panels, but they face the other way this time. So they go that way. blocking up the frame. So 1x4 and a corner piece. Okay, so 1x4 there. Okay, so we've got the corner piece that goes that way. We've got the one brick on the corner. Same again the other side. Corner piece there. What does that mean? 1 minus 4 minus 4 minus 4 by 4.2. What does that mean? Right, okay, some more layers. Oh right. Yeah, I just you know, as I'm bringing out the pieces, like so. Oh, thrown away. Like 1x3, 4x2. Oh, also Stag made me an emote of my chair for Be Right Back. Yay for chair hype. Chair hype. Oh hang on, I forgot those bits. So they go in the back there, across the top. Oh, it's a static one and an animated one. Nice. Yeah, they're cool. Wicked. Go Stag. Go Stag. Right, so yeah, that's right, one across there. On the other side. Okay, it's underneath. It's always underneath. Yeah, they're cool. It's done a good job there. And then that 1x6 across the back. So it's starting to get chunky. Right. So click, clickety click. Another one on that side. Then got the grabber plates. So one on that side. One there. Right angle grey. Another one the other side. There we go. Finishes that corner, and then one 1x4 at the back in the middle. There we go. Okie doke. So is that crosshatch hole? Yep. So you got the 1x2 with a crosshatch hole in it, and they go either side here. And then got these weird, yeah, more of those, but yellow instead of black or grey. So they go one on there. One brick on the corner. Then one there above the grubber. Corner blue. Corner blue there. Oh, click. And then yellow there. Yellow there. And blue one brick. There we go. Starting to get chunky. Nearly 4 AM, got to sleep, I'll kick off stream, good luck. Thank you very much, man, thank you for the raid. You get some sleep, man, sleep well. I'll see you tomorrow or the next day. Hopefully you'll be playing some more retro games. Yep, follow that man. Lots of interesting old retro games to watch. Much love to that guy. Right. On top of the yellow. Yeah. And then on there. And we've got these little sort of up facing triangular bits. They fit on the front of the edge. There we go, and hang out. So we've got a bit of an overhang at the top of the chest. We finish that bit across the top. There we go. Make it sure it's all properly squished together. Don't want any gaps. Right, there we go. So, next, you got some yellow along the back. And then some little one stud, silvery one studs on the corner. Them in firm, so those bits ain't going anywhere. And we got the little front flat tile coming off of the 2x1, and that faces the backwards. And then some right angle dark blue. That, there we go, that goes over the corner. There we got, ooh, and then another right angle part. 2 black plate. There and there. Starting to build up quite nicely. A little bit more yellow. Ooh. Silver stud in the corner again, either side. Ooh, excuse me, either side. A little detail on the corners, and then right. So next page. Oh, some more technique bits. Right. So, right. Are they different colours or the same colour? Right, no, the same colour. So, we've got these little cross hatches. Got a little circularised 2x1 with the cross hatch holes in. And another one there. And then got a cross hatch with a little hole on the top, and that apparently goes in there like that. And then hole on the side. Yep. So there you go. One on that end, facing down. Yep. And then that on the end like that. So where does that fit then? Okay. So it's given us a little diagram of how to put this in and how to position it. So we've got to do 2 of them. Go in. Right. So apparently it goes in like that. It sits to the side. So it goes in like that. So you've got, it's kind of like a bit of a piston. And then we've got one of these again, but that goes in the other side. Facing up. Okay. Right. So apparently, right, we take our bit that we built earlier, and then that apparently sits on the top. Ah, so this is the cassette hole. Yeah, I understand. So that clicks on there. Make sure that's wedged on. There we go, get all the pieces flush to each other. Have we done any gaps? Oh, hang on, I've just done something wrong. That's supposed to be up like that, yeah, there. Okay. So yeah, I think yeah, because it's, yeah, okay, we're alright. Thought I got it wrong, but I didn't. Oh, hang on, I have now. What have I done wrong? I seem to have done something wrong here. What have I done wrong here? I'm a bit confused here. I think I seem to have got myself distracted and lost. understand now what I've done wrong. In taking off the bottom plate, I've accidentally rearranged it wrong. So that goes, I think, on the front. There we go. Oh yeah, I've got the fluffy paddle on. So that goes there. Right, I think that's right. Right. No, not quite. So they should be forward. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Right, I think that's, there we go, so I don't want to get it wrong. So those, yeah, these bits here should be in line with the back of the fluffy paddles. So yeah, hopefully now I've got it right. So now we can put that one there, and it should, right. Make sure that's tight and flush. There we go. Yes, apologies for that distraction. Just got a bit confused. Right, so that's most of his body done. So, yes. Right, now I think it's time to put the brick in. Yes. So we take the sound brick. Pew, 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 pew. Right. So we layer the top. With that facing back, so that goes on there. That goes on there like that. Right, and then layer the top with flat tile. All the way around the sides. I wonder how you're going to get, right, you unscrew it. That's fair enough. Excuse me. There's two screws in the bottom so that you can get into the, sort out the batteries. Right. I think as we're nearing to the end of bag 4, and we've just passed 3 hours. I think we're gonna finish the end of this bag, and then I'm gonna raid out and stop the stream. So let's have a look. Oh, Nathan builds bricks. Nathan builds things. Is building. He's on Lego, so I think we'll raid him. Hopefully he hasn't finished by the time we raid out. So that's the sound brick done. And then it slips into the back. So you put the sound brick in like that. That's a tight fit. There we go. So then you press the play button. Yeah. So you got the button at the actuator on the front, pushes the button. But you've got the slot at the back so you can take it out. Cool, right. So that's most of the body done. So we start off with that piece and we put some pins in the pin in the top. And then connect those along the side. Yeah, sort of raid somebody who's building Lego, so makes sense. So we put a crosshatch through there. Yeah, so we put that through there. Through there, another one of them on. And then crosshatch pin with a plug on in there. So what's that for then? Okay. And then we do the same for the other side. Okay. So we put, join that to that. Yeah. And then we put the second crosshatch through the other way through, so it, there we go, so it makes the a bit solid. And that goes, I presume, oh, it's a linchpin for the, so that the battery doesn't fall out of his ass. Huh? So, we've got the sound brick in there. We put that on the back there. And then we punch it into the holes at the top. Yeah, so it's a bracket that holds the sound brick in, so they don't fall out. That's cool. It's nice. It's nice that they put that in there. Right, so we've got a few little spare pieces, but that's the end of bag 4. So I'm gonna raid out. If you'd be kind enough to stay for the raid, I shall start the raid message. Raid Nathan builds things. He's a chirpy chap. I've only watched a little bit of his stuff, but yeah. So it's 7 minutes past 5. I shall be back here around 7 o'clock GMT. I'm going to have a break for a couple of hours. I'm going to have some dinner, have another cigarette and making it fresh drip, fresh coffee. and then I'll be back at 7 PM GMT and I'll do another 3 hours. Hopefully we can get through. So we've done 4 bags, maybe we could get another 3 or 4 bags done later tonight, and then I'll do another 3 or 4 hour stream tomorrow to finish it off, hopefully. So does that sound good? If it does, I shall see you in a bit. But we are going to, there we go, we're going to instigate the raid. I shall sort the raid out, but I will stay in Nathan's chat for a little bit, say hi to him. So yeah, I'll raid now. Right, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching me for making a good start on Soundwave. I'll press the brick one last time. Nice. That's going to be awesome when it's all finished. Right. Like I say, thank you very much for stopping by and watching me get the build on the go. Let's get the raid on the go. Is it going to go through? Yep. Bye. See you later. Stop the actual bloody camera.